Hey guys, welcome to my channel Sharp Minds. I am Badri, and today you would be wondering that what's today's topic. Today's topic is inside our earth. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel and press that notification bell. Learning objectives are internal structure of earth. For this chapter, the learning objectives are internal structure of earth, rocks and minerals, igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, metamorphic rocks, rock cycle, uses of rocks and minerals. Now today we are basically going to discuss about internal structure of earth. So, right, just give me a second. So, yeah. So the study of internal structure of earth depends upon indirect sources such as seismic waves. Now, seismic waves are generated by earthquakes. Now, scientists have discovered that Earth is made up of several concentric layers. So, several concentric layers like an egg. Okay, so you can take an example of egg or onion for this. So I have given you an example of egg over here. So first we have our shells. That is similar to the crust. Then we have the egg white. That's similar to mantle. Then we have the egg yolk. That is similar to core. So this is like they are actually a bit similar, but not that much. So layers of earth are crust, mantle, and core. These are the layers of earth. So now let's first talk about what is crust. A crust is 60 kilometers thick and is the thinnest layer of all other layers. Now it's basically made up of rocks and minerals. Okay, so it actually it's only the layer which supports life. So this is the only layer which supports lithosphere. Now it just makes up 1% of the whole Earth's volume. Now it's the coldest layer as compared to other layers. Its temperature may reach up to 200 degrees Celsius to 400 degrees Celsius. Okay, it's really warm for us, but if we compare them from other layers, it's really cold. Okay, that's why we can't survive on other layers. The crust is further divided into continental and oceanic crust. Now, the continental crust. Now, it is the thick part of the crust that forms large land masses. It is 30 to 35 kilometers thick. It is mostly made up of granite rocks, and granite rocks are rich in two minerals. Okay. Now, one of them is silica, and the other one is aluminium. Okay, now that therefore it's known as Cl. Now you would ask me how. Now C stands for silica and Al stands for aluminium. Aluminium. Okay, so you may call it continental crust or Cl layer because it's mostly made of granite rocks, and granite rocks contain mostly silica and aluminium. Now oceanic crust, now it is, just give me a second. Right, so oceanic crust, now it is the part of earth that holds all the oceans on our planet. Oceanic crust is 5 kilometers thick. It's basically made of basalt rocks, and basalt rocks mainly contain silica and magnesium. Now, the short form for silica is C and magnesium is M. Therefore, it's known as Himalaya. Himalaya. Okay. Now, interesting fact that now crust is 6,500 kilometers away from the core of the Earth. Really interesting, right? Now, let's study about the mantle of Earth. So, the mantle of Earth is also known as, it's below the crust, and it's also known as asthenosphere. Sphere. Okay, now this layer extends up to the depth of 2,900 kilometers, and it's extremely hot because the temperatures are inside the earth increases with depth, and its temperatures are between 200 degrees Celsius to 4,000 degrees Celsius. Okay, because now it is the thickest layer of all other layers. Okay, remember that. Now, physical composition of this is rock in molten state that are also known as magma, and when they come out of the volcano, it's known as lava. Okay, when they come out, it's known as lava, and when they're inside the volcano, they are known as magma. Okay. Now, the chemical composition is silicon and magnesium. We don't have a specific name for it, other name, but we have sphere. Now, it it is made up of silicates, sulfides, oxides. Okay, so the silicates are iron and magnesium. The sulfides are silicon and magnesium, and the oxides are again silicon and magnesium. So sulfides and oxides are the same, but the silicates are a bit different. Just it has iron. Okay, now it is made up of 84% of Earth's whole volume. So it's really big, and it's the thickest layer. Okay, thickest layer of all the other layers. Really cool, right? Okay, now mantle is further divided into upper mantle and lower mantle. So let's go further. Now let's go. And now it's an important fact that I was about to tell you. Now, as we go deeper, you know that the temperatures increase as we go deeper inside our Earth. So the temperatures increase 1 degree Celsius when we go 32 meters below now inside our Earth. Okay. Now let's study about the next layer. That's the core. The core is innermost layer of the earth. It is mostly made up of nickel and iron. Okay, my pen won't be visible right now. Yeah. Now it's mostly made up of nickel and iron, therefore it's known as Nifi. Nifi. Cute name, right? Nifi. Now nickel's short form is Ni, and iron's short form is Fe. So it's now Fe is the short form of iron and ferrous. Ferrous is a type of chemical you are going to learn. Okay, now that's therefore it's known as Nifi. Yeah. So the temperatures in the core could reach up to 2,000 degrees Celsius to 5,000 degrees Celsius hot. It's really hot. That's why we can't survive um the layers which are below the crust, because they're really warm and they're actually molten, and one of them is solid. So it has the radius of 3,500 kilometers, and it just makes 15% of the whole volume of earth. So let's summarize. The core of the earth is the innermost layer of the earth. It is mostly made up of nickel and iron, therefore it's known as Nifi. Now, the temperatures may reach up to 2,000 degrees Celsius to 5,000 degrees Celsius hot. Its radius is 3,500 kilometers, and core makes up 15% of Earth. Now, the core is further divided into inner core and outer core. Okay. Now, let's first know about inner core. So, inner core is the hottest part in our entire planet. It's really hot. It's hot. It's really hot, and It's the hottest part in our entire planet. So we have two cores. Okay, let me just draw a diagram for you guys so you can understand well. Okay, so for example, this is the crust we have. This is the mantle. I'm writing mantle. Here we have the outer core. Okay, outer core, and here we have the inner core. So we are talking about this part. Okay, this part. Okay, now it's the hottest part, and the temperatures may reach up to 5,430 degrees Celsius. Now, it's basically made up of nickel, iron, silicon, uranium, potassium, but mostly nickel and iron are the prominent layers in the inner core. So that's why we know the whole core is known as Nifty because their prominent minerals are iron and nickel. Okay. Now, it is now we also say that they are rich in magnetic properties. That's why we have nickel irons are actually uh, are really good magnetic metals. That's why we also call this layer that this layer is also really rich in magnetic resources. Okay, so it is 1200 kilometers thick, 1200 kilometers, and you would think that it's solid. You may think that in outer core is liquid, but it's really hot still. But the inner core is solid, but it's really warm, like it has heat. Over here it's solid because over here pressure is exerted by other layers. It's warm, but other other layers pressure comes here. So that's why we here if we say that we have a competition between pressure and heat, so over here in our core the pressure would win. Okay, let's go to the next. Let's learn about the outer core. Now it's located between inner core and outer core. Okay, now this layer is okay. It's not located between outer core, of course. I just was tricking you. So it is located between inner core and mantle. You may ask, what? Inner core? We are talking about inner core. So how could it be inner core, right? So it is mantle. It is 22 160 kilometers thick, and it is mostly made up of iron. Its temperatures are between 4,000 degrees Celsius to 5,000 degrees Celsius, and it is more in molten state because it actually continues. It actually moves continuously due to high temperatures. Okay, and it's liquid. You may ask that over here also would have heat and pressure. Why isn't it solid as the inner core? Because over here heat wins. Heat is more over here. Okay. Now I'm really thank you everyone for your precious time and for seeing this video. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and press that notification bell that you can see. And if you have any doubts, please ask me in the comments. Okay, and like I'm going to provide you this PPT resource as well, so you don't have any other doubts. Okay, so if you have any doubts, please give me your doubts in